He handed her the envelope with a smile. "Congratulations, Isla," he said. Like I wasn't standing there, she blinked in surprise. 3 weeks into the job, and already promoted. I stood still, hands behind my back, the taste of iron on my tongue. I turned, smiled. "Congrats." "To Isla," I said calmly, then slid the letter onto his desk. He glanced at it, squinting at my name. "What's this?" "My resignation." His
face shifted from smug to stunned. In seconds, color draining, then rushing back like a burst pipe. "You can't be serious," he shouted, face blotted red like a man freshly betrayed. "No, not freshly. That honor belonged to me. 8 years. I gave him 8 years of loyalty, 8 years of weekends, sacrificed dinners, missed birthdays, blurred behind boardroom glass. I built his factories, cleaned up his failures, made money from the ashes of his mistakes. I was the son-in-law who never made demands. I married his daughter out of love. I stayed at the business out of duty back then." He smiled like a father, called me son, gave me advice over whiskey, told me I was next one day. "It'll all be yours," he said. "You've earned it." I believed him. It started with a dinner. Isla arrived late, perfume, too loud, smile, too wide. She slid into the seat next to him, not me, and spent the evening talking over me like I was part of the furniture. The next week she was shadowing upper management. The week after that she had an office. No one even gave me a heads up. I caught on fast, the glances between them, her bragging about Dad's plans, the way he started cutting me out of strategy meetings. It wasn't even personal. That's what burned. He didn't hate me. I was just expendable. So I stopped grieving and started planning. First I copied everything: emails, contracts, financials, every shady deal I'd ever been asked to clean up, and there were plenty. I built a dossier like a prosecutor, named every fake vendor, every overseas tax dodge. He thought I was too loyal to ever turn. He underestimated the loyal ones. We're the ones who bleed in silence until we don't. Then I spoke to a lawyer, quietly smart guy, didn't flinch when I laid it out. We drew up a resignation package with clauses that looked like favors but were traps, triggers, legal landmines disguised as gratitude. I planted them in my contract. 6 months before I quit, I also had lunch with 2 board members. Just lunch, just enough off-the-record stories of poor leadership, nepotism, declining morale. No accusations, just seeds. Then I waited the day he gave her the promotion. I already had the press release drafted. I let them announce it, smiled for the photo. Then I handed him my letter. That moment, his face twitching, confused, was worth every lie I swallowed. "For 8 years I made you," he hissed. "You're nothing without this business." I leaned in slightly. "That's the difference between us," I said. "You built a business, I built leverage." He didn't get it yet, but he would. The fallout started quietly. I activated the trigger clauses in my resignation. They froze several overseas accounts that technically bore my authorization. The internal compliance team previously under me started asking questions. That dossier had found its way to the audit committee anonymously. Then I dropped the real bomb. I released a carefully curated story, just one leak to a journalist I trusted, not about the illegal stuff. Not yet, just a piece about nepotism, how businesses collapse when loyalty is punished, and bloodlines rule. Public sentiment shifted. Stock dipped 12% in 2 weeks. Then came the investigation, a real one, and Isla Dear. Sweet, unqualified Isla was suddenly toxic. The press tore her apart. Silver Spoon CEO's niece, the headline said. She lasted 5 weeks in the role before the board asked her to resign. He called me 3 times. I didn't answer. I didn't want his business. I never wanted to be him. I just wanted him to know what it felt like to be betrayed by someone you believed in. He always said power was about control, but he lost control the day he forgot who helped him build the kingdom. You don't spit on the man who knows where the foundation cracks. I heard he sold his shares quietly. Too much heat. The board pushed him into early retirement. Isla moved back to Dallas. She blocked me on everything. I don't blame her. She just played a role in his script, but I rewrote the ending my Wife Mia never asked questions. She just watched. She always knew he didn't see me as more than a tool. When I told her I was leaving the company, she just nodded. It's time, she said. She didn't cry. When he cut her off, didn't flinch. When the money dried up, she chose me. That's the only loyalty I still believe in. I run my own firm now. Smaller, smarter, built on talent, not bloodlines. Some nights I sit alone with a drink and watch the old building's windows flicker dark. I wonder if he sits in his empty house wondering how it all unraveled. He never saw the wires I pulled, because revenge isn't rage, it's patience. It's the quietest man in the room, listening, waiting, and when the moment comes, he smiles, hands over a letter, and walks.